Hello dear friends, welcome to another exciting episode of Painting with Real Gems. I'm glad you could be here today because in this episode we're going to be shining a spotlight on one of the original bad boys of Hollywood, the legend of the silver screen, Mr. Robert Mitchum.
I got something planned for your wife and kid that they ain't never gonna forget.
Now I'm sure we all fondly remember the works of Mr. Robert Mitchum. Cape Fear, El Dorado, Night of the Hunter, and Out of the Past had won the hearts of moviegoers everywhere. Now for me, my earliest memories of Robert Mitchum is in a movie called Heaven Knows Mr. Allison. You know, the one where Robert Mitchum is stranded on a desert island with a nun. As well as a very short-lived television series called A Family for Joe, where Robert Mitchum plays a homeless man who becomes a father figure to a group of orphans. Now what you may not remember was the time that Robert Mitchum made headlines all across America, and it wasn't for one of his movies, but rather something more scandalous. In fact, I can still remember that fateful day back in the fall of 1948. I was reading the evening newspaper and I came across an article. I couldn't believe my eyes, but there it was in black and white. Robert Mitchum arrested for marijuana possession. It was a shock to say the least. I mean, a Hollywood celebrity involved in a sordid reefer scandal? I mean, back then, smoking the reefer was actually kind of a big deal, and it nearly destroyed Robert Mitchum's career. And after a lengthy hearing, Mitchum would actually go on to serve a 60-day jail sentence, which would be cut short thanks to good behavior. And after 2 months, Mitchum was once again a free man, and he would find that his career had not been destroyed, and he was just as popular with his fans as ever. In fact, his first release since he got out of the slammer, Rachel and the Stranger, would go on to become a box office hit. When asked about his time in the big house, Mitchum simply replied, "It's like Palm Springs, but without the riffraff." And so to commemorate his run-in with the law over 75 years ago, I'm going to be painting Mitchum behind bars. And again, we're going to be going with the old classic poster board. It's easy to work with and it's cheap. And so I already went ahead and got it all sketched out. And so me and my good friend Mr. Sharpie here are just going to go ahead and color in these lines real quick. Now this actually isn't the first time Robert Mitchum has had a brush with the law. On the contrary, as a child, Robert was a bit of a rapscallion who wound up getting expelled from several schools during his youth for fighting and general mischief. As he got older, he went to live with his sister for a time before leaving at the age of 14 to basically become a hobo, hopping freight trains and taking odd jobs as a ditch digger. And eventually he would be arrested for vagrancy in Savannah, Georgia, and put in a local chain gang, which does seem like a pretty harsh punishment for vagrancy. And soon after, Robert was back to hopping trains, which would eventually lead him to California. And there he found work as a ghostwriter, as well as a lyricist for his sister, who was a nightclub singer. And then he left California for a short time and went to Delaware, where he married his old girlfriend, and they had a kid together. And during that time, World War II had broken out, and Robert found himself working as a machine operator. But due to job-related stress, Robert had a nervous breakdown and decided to move his family back to Cali, where he found work as an actor for minor parts in various westerns and war movies, such as Randolph Scott's Gung Ho. And shortly after, Robert was drafted by the Army, where he served as a medic. And after the war, Mitchum went back to acting, where he did another western and another war movie before moving on to the genre that defined his career, film noir. His first venture was a supporting role in the crime drama When Strangers Marry. He then went on to star in the hugely successful Out of the Past, where he played a gas station owner who has to settle an old score with Kirk Douglas. And following a string of successful films, Mitchum would again find himself at odds with Johnny Law, where in September of 1948, Mitchum, along with actress Leela Leeds, were arrested for possession of marijuana as part of a sting operation to take down Hollywood partiers. And from there, Mitchum would serve his time at a California prison farm. And upon release, he would continue having a solid career in Hollywood. In fact, his arrest actually boosted his popularity, cementing his place as the original Hollywood bad boy. Well, now that we got the lines all inked in, what do you say we add some color? only have the black and white photos to go from, so I'm not 100% on the whole color scheme, but I figured it's probably a lot of different shades of blues and grays, you know, prison colors. So we're just going to give him a nice blue shirt. And with a denim jacket, just like so. Color in these bars. And of course a quaint little sink for him to wash up in. And of course he's going to need a place to sleep, so we're just going to give him a comfy little cot. Just a comfy cot right here. Yeah. Maybe we can give him a nice little window with a pretty little view of some big green trees, just like so. Maybe we can give him a pinup girl right over here. Just a piece of the old eye candy to make his stay more enjoyable. And we got to make sure Robert's got a place to do his business, so we're just going to throw in a nice little toilet right over here. There we go, just like so. Coming along nicely. And then we're just going to throw in some bricks here and there, just to make it look more like a proper cell. And there we have it, folks. Robert Mitchum, behind bars. And I think it came out all right, if I do say so myself. And I had a fun time making it. And I hope you out there had fun as well. So until next time, folks, this is me to you, wishing you all the best, and reminding you to always keep it real. Bye-bye now.